everyone! So I thought that I would take a few moments to discuss my current stance on PR, social media opportunities, income from YouTube and other sources. This is something that has come up in a few different places, in a few different comment sections and videos where people have question some of my decisions and some of the things that I talk about. So I thought that I would make one separate video where I can discuss these things as they currently are right now, and that way I can refer other people back to it. And if you guys happen to see other people asking these sort of questions, and if you feel like referring them to this video, that would be awesome as well. So I just have a few things that I wanted to talk about in relation to all of those things and explain sort of where I currently am. So this is for disclosure. I have been open and honest since day one when I have received PR. If I've done a video in exchange for a product, I've said so. So I'm gonna go through all those things. Let's start with probably the most obvious. My channel is monetized. I put a lot of time and a lot of work and a lot of effort into my videos. I truly treat it like a part-time job. I have a full-time job, but I treat it like a job. I do take it seriously. I film as often as I can. I try and put as much of my heart and soul into things that I possibly can. I am very passionate about makeup. I love the whole process. Filming's a lot of fun. Coming up with ideas is fun. The videos I can research, I really enjoy. It does take a lot of time, so I do feel like monetizing my channel makes sense. Now, that being said, I don't make a whole lot of money off of monetization. It really, really varies. So the cap for AdSense in order to get paid is $100. Some months I hit that, some months I don't. It just happens to be how many videos I create and how many people watch them. That is the biggest thing. So I'd say right now I am averaging around $150 a month, Canadian dollars, by the way. Sometimes it's slightly more, sometimes, again, like I said, slightly less. It's really difficult to say exactly because it does vary pretty drastically. When I do get over that threshold, I will use some of that money to pay for my internet bill, for one, which is a huge help for me. That's about $60 a month, so that's a big deal. The rest of the money I put into savings, and that goes towards channel purchases. So if I needed to replace equipment, light bulbs aren't cheap, my studio lights aren't cheap. So if I needed those kind of things, I have that sort of like little cushion of money that I put away from AdSense. That really is sort of like a security kind of blanket for me so that I can make sure that on a basic level, my channel can keep going. I'm not at a point where I'm able to invest more money in it to improve things. I would like to be able to do so, it's just not where I am right now. And I will also say that leading up into Christmas, this AdSense money will be also helping to fund my son's Christmas. I'm just being completely honest because this is my extra source of revenue outside of my full-time job, which things are tight as it is, let's just say that. So that extra money will be going towards my son's Christmas so that I can give him the best possible Christmas. So just to be honest, that's where it stands right now. I don't have any additional income streams outside of YouTube. I don't have a Patreon. I don't have merch. I can't even think of what the other things are. I will mention one thing in a minute, but I just want to say that like I don't have those other things. I've looked into some of them. Some of them haven't seemed like good fits for me. It doesn't seem like it would be beneficial to me. I have enabled Super Chat on my live streams, which I've only done like twice, and I've only benefited from Super Chats once, and that's where people can donate to you, but it's not even directly to you because it goes to your AdSense, and then kind of like YouTube does take like a chunk of that money anyway. So it has helped in the past. The one time that I did do a live stream and I had Super Chats on there, that the amount of money that I did get donated to me was enough to help me clear my $100 threshold for the month. So that was a huge help for me and really does make a huge difference. Now, I did recently create a coffee site at ko-fi. I've seen a lot of small creators have those links in their description boxes. I've made $0 so far. This is the only time I'm going to mention this. I don't even put it in my description box all the time, only when I remember it. It's just a place where you can donate directly to a creator. So like you would donate like from your PayPal to my PayPal basically. And that money would solely be going towards funding my channel. I do have a goal of buying a laptop at some point. Currently I have a old iMac, which is what I've been editing my videos on for the last like 5 years. It's on its last legs. I've been doing everything I can to save it, constantly like resetting it and getting it back to like factory settings basically, just because all I use it for is editing. However, it is an iMac and I'd really like to have a laptop that I can travel with me so that I can create more content. Although a lot of the times the issue I have is I have time, but I don't have the ability to edit because I don't have my computer with me. And I would be able to increase the amount of content, and I would also be able to make things better because I wouldn't be dealing with a lagging computer that's constantly freezing. So it leaves me a little limited right now with what I can accomplish because it takes hours to edit just basic things because of how long it freezes and how long it takes to import and export footage. So that is sort of a long-term goal. Now I'm just saying this because it has been in my description box and I haven't talked about it. I thought this is like the appropriate time to talk about it. I'm not asking anybody to give me money. I'm just putting that out there. I have had a lot of people offer so many times that I'm so incredibly grateful, but I would never ask. I would never ask. If you enjoy my content in any way, shape, or form, engage with it. Thumbs up videos, comment, share the videos, talk positively about me, recommend me to other creators. It helps a lot if you recommend me to people and people see my name in like comment sections of other videos. It really does make a difference. Some of the biggest channel growth I've had has been because other creators have given me a shout out, which has led to more traffic in my channel, which meant more videos were being seen and shared. And I've met a lot of great people because they came over from someone else's channel. So that to me means more than anything else, but I did have a lot of people ask about this and I thought this might be the only realistic way that I could work towards such a long-term expensive goal like a new computer, and I am afraid that my old one will die and then I don't know what I would do at that point. So anyway, this is just like that one little extra thing I have here, but I don't have any expectations, and please do not feel bad. I'm always talking about other ways to support creators and other things to do if you don't have the money to support people financially, so please believe that it's very, very true. The YouTube algorithm really strongly favors high engagement, it seems, in videos, so if you don't necessarily have time to watch a video I create, but you still like to support me, even just like a thumbs up or something helps with the engagement and helps YouTube push it so more people see it, because a lot of the time stuff doesn't even get shown in subscription boxes. They really are they really mean it when you hear people talk about how you have to like hit that bell for notifications and everything else, because sometimes you might even open your subscriptions and it's not there. I've had many people tell me that they haven't been getting alerts for my videos. People have been unsubscribed from my channel, so just all that kind of stuff. It just helps my videos be seen more, which means that it's hopefully a more rewarding experience for everybody. I also do not at this time do sponsored content. I have never done a sponsored video. This doesn't mean that I wouldn't do one, but it would have to be something that I was incredibly passionate and sure about. So I have taken product in exchange for a review, which I have disclosed, but I've never been compensated financially for doing a video ever, or any sort of social media post. I've never done anything that has been sponsored financially, monetarily. You know, I do look at it differently if it's product wise, and I know that there's people who have issues with that, but for me, sometimes the product is great. I know I'm doing this a lot. I'm very kind of anxious about this video, so you're probably going to see like this and this. So anyway, I don't currently do sponsored videos. I don't judge anybody who does do sponsored videos. It just hasn't been my thing, and I haven't just wanted to do a sponsored video for anything. So I have turned those down, but if the right opportunity presented itself, I would, but I would of course always disclose and talk about that stuff. As of the time that this video is going live, I have one affiliate link now. This is a new development, and if more happen before I feel like it's worth doing another sort of update video, I'll just edit it in the description box so I can still refer people to this video. But I currently have signed up to be an affiliate for Good Molecules. They sent me an email and invited me to be part of their affiliate program. I've been a very big supporter of Good Molecules. I have had such a fantastic experience with their products. They do send me PR as well. So again, disclosure, I don't have all of the details in front of me regarding the affiliate. This is stuff that I will talk about. It's not necessarily going to be in like the description box of every video, just when it's sort of relevant, in my opinion. I don't have like a code. It's a link directly to their website. So I think it's pretty cool that they asked me to be an affiliate, and it's a brand that I'm very excited about. It's a brand that I really like using. So to me, it seemed like a good opportunity that made sense. Being an affiliate does mean that I would get a percentage back. That percentage would vary depending on if they had any sort of promotions, time of the year. I'm pretty sure it's a 10% kickback. So like if you made a $50 purchase and you had used my code, I'd get $5 from that purchase basically. And I believe it can go up to 15 or 20% depending on time of the year or sales or anything. If I know more when I'm talking about it in a specific video, I would of course mention that, always full disclosure, and never feel obligated to use anybody's links. So just again, I just thought it made sense because I hadn't taken any affiliate links and I hadn't been part of any affiliate programs except for the Sigma one, which I mentioned, but made $0 off of because I never promoted it and had such a weird relationship with Sigma. Anyway, but so I only have that currently active. And like I said, I do receive PR occasionally from Good Molecules. I receive PR from a handful of other brands as well. This will never affect the way that I talk about products. I may choose to show products on my channel. I may not choose to show products on my channel that I've received for PR. PR lists kind of work that way. You're not under any obligation to post, but of course I do like to post. I generally show like unboxings and stuff on my Instagram, like in my Instagram stories, because I really am pretty excited to open things. It's honestly like Christmas. It's very fun and I'm very grateful for every single thing I receive, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna like every single thing I receive, and I have been honest about it. This has caused me to be removed from PR lists in the past, and I have no hesitation in speaking my truth. And if that means I get kicked off of PR lists, I get kicked off of PR lists. That's not why I do this. It just is a perk. So I have had some people kind of question me on that about PR specifically, and that's just my stance. If brands are willing to give me PR, no strings attached, for my honest opinion and my honest feedback, great. Again, sorry, great. But I am always clear with them that there are no strings and that I will be honest. And some brands are cool with that and some aren't. And that just is how it is, but it's not going to change the way that I approach things. So very clear on that. There may be things that I love that I receive from PR. There may be things I don't love. This has been true since I started my channel. When you start a channel, you get offered stuff when you're fairly small, and it's kind of surprising, and it does take a while to kind of balance that, in my opinion, but I have been very, very fortunate, and I am very grateful for every single opportunity. And those opportunities all come because of people watching my videos, because of engagement, because of reactions to the things that I post. A lot of those things do help me for creating content. It helps bring back inspiration sometimes, and it does also help save me money in real life so that I can continue to do this, because it can be pretty expensive, even though I have cut back so much. But even stuff like skincare costs a lot of money, so on that angle it's helpful. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna sit here and tell you how amazing a product is if I don't really like it, because that's never been my thing and it's not gonna be. But you can believe what you want to believe. That's just what I'm saying and what I've been saying for years. I've also received one-time gifts from brands. I don't really consider this to be PR because it's not even necessarily like new releases. Sometimes a brand may contact me and be like, hey, saw your post, really like it. Would you be interested in a few more products? And I have received from a variety of different brands, sometimes like tiny packages of like a handful of things, or sometimes a lot of things, sometimes things I've mentioned in a video or something that I really wanted, I've been sent. And that's been really cool. That's a definite, again, perk of this. I don't talk about that very often, just like I don't talk about gifts from friends, from subscribers, from family. Now, I don't take a lot of this stuff. Like if things get offered, I very graciously decline in many circumstances because I don't need more stuff, but I have some wonderful friends and some wonderful people in my life who have been really looking out for me, especially this past year, which has been incredibly difficult for many. Yes, I know. So I have some wonderful friends and family and friends that feel like family that have been looking out for my well-being, and I get these lovely like pick-me-up gifts and these little tiny little like surprises, and it's just so wonderful and not expected and not something that you can count on, which is why I still talk about things like my no-buy, because I very much exist outside of things that I get gifted from brands, from people. Like, I am not purchasing things myself. I have had to cut back in every possible realm of my life. That includes the fun purchases and some of the, you know, necessary purchases. I've had to make tweaks, right? It's life. So I still talk about it because I still feel like it's relevant. Even though I receive product, and I do talk about when I receive product, I don't necessarily disclose everything. I know like sometimes people put in description boxes, like they put like asterisks if something was sent or gifted or whatever else. I don't do that. I treat everything sort of equally, so I never looked at distinguishing those kind of products. If people would like some kind of like a monthly recap, like a collective haul from stuff I've received from PR and from gifts or whatever else, please let me know. I'm happy to do it. I just didn't want to have that kind of content on my channel because I try to avoid those sort of videos, those sort of like hauls, and I don't think it's necessarily relevant, but I'm happy to do it in order to provide full disclosure. It's basically what I'm getting at, because the new products do provide me with a lot of inspiration and a lot of ability to create new videos around dupes, around how to use products, on how to make use of what you already have. It's not just about showcasing the newest thing. It's also about finding different ways of using it and pairing it with other things, and that's always how I've gone about approaching it, even if I am sometimes wearing something that's from like a new collection on my face. It doesn't mean that I am neglecting all of my other stuff. I always try to find that mix between the old and the new. So the new stuff does help, though, keep the creativity going. Of course, there are pros and cons when it comes to this. There's always going to be pros when it comes to receiving product. There's going to be cons to receiving product. So right now, I feel like I'm in a really good place. I feel like I've really managed my own spending issues. I feel like I've handled all of that very well, and I just consider the extra things as extra things and not something that's consistent or something that I'm relying on. I'm relying on myself and my hard work and my ability to save, to prepare myself for when I do need to purchase products I might run out of without expecting that it's just going to magically appear. So that's why I still talk about things like my no-buy and my low-buy. That's also why I still use and accept some of those new products. So I hope that answered some of the questions and some of the comments people have brought forward. This is currently what works for me, and I'm not saying it's what works for everybody. I'm not comparing myself to any other YouTube channel, any other content creator, and I feel like it's important in this regard. I know I'm always saying like, don't compare me to other people, but you have to compare a content creator to a content creator when it comes to running a channel, when it comes to those extra sort of things like monetization, like PR, because that's not going to be true for other people. But other people very likely have other sources of income, have people who are passing on things to them, because some of the stuff that I have received from friends and family have been, you know, gently used product as well. It's not all brand new stuff. So that's something to mention as well. And I've decluttered and passed on things to friends and family. Friends and family have done the same to me. So there's that as well. And I don't always feel like I have to say like, my sister decluttered this and gave this to me, although I do mention it sometimes, right? So there's all these different things. And I feel like a lot of people have those opportunities as well. People may get gift cards from their husband or their siblings or their parents. You know, you might be in a different situation than I am, or you just may be able to have a lot of disposable income. Maybe you have that monthly budget that you can spend on makeup or whatever the situation is. My point is, we're all different. I just wanted to be very, very clear and very open with where I stand on these things, because this is something that does keep coming up. So I just wanted to put it all out there. This is where I stand. on these topics where I am right now, and this may change in the future, and if it does drastically, I will be sure to update. As always, if you have questions, leave them for me, and I will also refer people to the comment section as well to answer any of those extra questions, because I'm happy to have any kind of discussion that I can, because my goal here is just to be open, and I am always willing to talk to people about anything, any kind of questions that people may have. So anyway, I think that about covers it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and I hope we get a chance to chat soon. Bye for now.